Mm-mm. Have a look. Mm. Right. Good morning, everybody. Ooh, ooh. Da, 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 da. Right. So, please feel free to drop us a message, comment below. Wow. Wow. Right. Right. Hmm. La 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 la. Right. Right. So, good morning and welcome back, guys. It is Thursday morning after what's been a probably a very good late night for everybody with the England result. Maybe some of you are worse aware, and maybe some of you are enjoying your night shift. Right. So today's session is going to be a chest workout. We're going to trying to focus on some form. They're not really going to go too heavy. I'm not going to. I might try to get up to the working set that I did last time, but we'll see how things progress. I want to focus on predominantly getting the depth and range of motion nailed down. We'll see how things go from there, really. So I'm just going to do a bit more of a warm up for the rotator cuff. Try and make sure things are going to be engaged correctly, so don't leave any possible injury on the horizon. Make sure we get warmed up a bit more. But I would definitely be an advocate for doing these rotator cuff movements. They definitely activate the stabilizing muscles. Definitely helped me in terms of my own progression. Ooh, ooh, ah. Right. Okay. So I think what we're doing. So drop us a comment if you fancy a conversation. Wah. Wow. Wow. Mm. So, good morning, everybody. What did you think about the football? Impressive display of football from England? I reckon so. I think England actually displayed good characteristics and actually went after the game, which was the best way to be. Right, so they do another set. Um, wow, 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 wow. Pardon me. Wow. Again, just gonna focus on just the range of motion depth, which is probably the most important thing. Keep that tension. I think last time we got up to about 32 and a half. So what's that now? Uh, mm, so we're about 20%. We're probably working at about 80% capacity compared to the last PR. So yeah. So drop us a message if you want to chat about anything. Wow, wow, wow. Here we go. Here we go. Y2M. Well, Harvey, it is one of the reasons I come this early is down to working shifts. I do go to bed early as well, so I don't just stay awake all night and then decide to come to the gym when it's nice and quiet. For me, it just works really well with what I do in and around work. I think we're like most people who may start work in on a 12-hour shift. I start work at 6 o'clock in the morning, so coming before work gives me time to get a good workout in without any interruptions. I'm not having to second guess or critique my workout to accommodate other people. So in that regard, it's really straightforward. Um, and it is a nice time of day to come, to be fair. And there are people in around here doing their workout as well, so it's not like I'm the only person here. So yeah, I definitely would recommend it. Yes, it is. It is the one in Tyndale. So yes, it's nice and quiet here. Just a couple of people in tonight or this morning to say. Uh, but yeah, compared to coming here after 6 p.m., it's good luck with that. I couldn't think of anything worse. Um, right, so let's do another test, and I might up the ante with a bit more for added weight. So let's see how this rock and rolls. Yeah. Wow, nice. So yeah, um, it's a nice thing, isn't it? Uh, I so yeah, I mean that's something I do try and flirt with when I do my workouts. I try to make the workout progressive in terms of like range of motion, but also do other sessions where I'm trying to add progressively more and more weight. Um, so there's so many different ways of increasing what you do in the gym, and sometimes it's trying to keep things as progressive as you can. Really, it's all about the mindset. Best thing to do is make sure you go to bed, get some good bit of shut eye before going to the gym. And it's how you want to program your sessions in it really. Make sure you the exercise you're doing are enjoyable. That's the most important thing. If you come to the gym and you're dreading a session, then I would question what exercise you're doing, and maybe you're being too hard on yourself. Um, but it does take time to get into some type of consistency with gym life and work life and having things going and all that that's fulfilling. But this is my last session up until probably next week. I think probably next Monday will be a new beginning. I'm gonna have a few days off from the gym, so it's programming things that benefit you in the long run. So it's not easy, but once you do things consistently over time, it becomes a lot easier. Then you need to change that mindset and make sure you get yourself to the gym. Do it with some type of reward in process. You know, I like once a week I probably have a nice cheeky takeaway with no real limits on what I think you do. Yes, I mean certainly that's one thing I would like to go to have that explosive energy in the bottom range. Which country are you in? This is the UK. So this is the UK, sir. So yeah. I mean, look, and then you've got to like give yourself credit for wanting to go to the gym. It ain't easy. I mean, I started about. I'll leave these weights here. 'Cause I'll probably go back to them in a sec. Um, I started to come back to the gym last year. Quit vaping. Not been a really big drinker, but probably took me a good 6 months to get into the swing of things. And I made any excuse not to get up and get things done. And guess what? I didn't get any results. And it's probably since joining one gym um, in October last year. And then from there, progressively introduced more and more sessions, trying to understand what I want to achieve, accomplish in the goals that I set myself. And I just took it from there, really. One thing I've never been is over critical of the things I do in the gym. I think sometimes people punish themselves unnecessarily to achieve things, which sometimes the biggest achievement is actually just turning up and making yourself feel accounted for your own actions. So, but yeah, that's how I always see things. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think pause reps, trying to take out any type of momentum out of the out what you're doing is a good sign of strength. So, and try not to rely on any any assistance throughout the range of motion. Again, does really help. But again, there's different modes of training. I think sometimes having that explosive at the bottom end of the rep is really important. It's something that I would love to work on. And again, it's just getting used to that body mechanic. Um, and that's something I would like to work up to. But anyway, I'm going to go up to the 27s. So please feel free to drop a message. Any anything you would like to mention, please feel free. Well, I think with today's era, I think a lot of people are very glued up on their advice and information. I think one thing is it is important that if you put that advice to good measure, um, and hopefully show the results for what you're saying as well. Ah, again, control is always the main aspect. I'm happy with that. Again, we get a bit closer to our 1 rep max. Right, let's have a read. That's you. Somewhat a squat jog. No, they're definitely still pretty good for me to be fair. Um, that's one thing the one thing I need to start doing more of is track my lifts. I'm definitely very guilty of not really tracking things in terms of like writing things down progressively. So it's definitely something I need to start doing. And I think so. I think so. I think I definitely got the I definitely feel got that bit of momentum within to probably try and push on to the 30s. I think it might be a bit of a push to try to exceed my previous PR, which was is a PR, but isn't a PR. I did 32 last time, but the thing was, I didn't go down to depth. I got the weight up, but I didn't get that depth that I was looking for, really. So again, it swings around about knowing that you can do something. Well, okay, again, it with this energy thing. What I would say is I don't take any pre-workout, anything like that. I don't believe in that type of stuff. I don't take any monsters or any other substances to boost my energy reserve. It's just eating regular food, resting, and I think the only thing I would recommend is taking a bit of creatine. And again, I take 3 grams of creatine on a daily basis, and I feel better for it. So yeah, um, I think it's all about the mindset majority of the time. Again, it sounds like you June. Not generally, no, not really. But I would definitely say if that's what you want to do, then you're free right to do what you need to do. Oh, right. Right, we're gonna go slightly heavier. We'll try the 30s. See how this goes. I'll read some more messages. Ooh, again, felt really good. Huh, oh, what the hell? What the hell are you talking about, fella? Uh, whew. But yeah, it's sort of 30s went really well. Wow. I definitely would say I've got the reserve to go and probably definitely do 32 if I so wish. Definitely getting there. um, one thing I might thinking about it. Um, definitely think I've got the strength to do the 32s. Whether I can do 34s today, I'm not. Well, we don't have 34s, we've got them to 35s. So So yeah, um, one thing I've definitely have noticed is the performance side of things has improved. It's just the stability there is being constant, which is nice. But it's like anything, it's repeating the cycle of putting in the effort, not shying away from failure, um, and just trying to develop a routine that benefits the type of progression I want to have. Um, that's the main thing, really, and not really caring too much about failing within any set. One thing I don't do is ever go up to failure and trying to push on. Um, I think it's a fine line between failure and absolute disaster. So I just don't think the risk is always rewarded. But what we'll do now is what we'll do is I think what I'm gonna do 32s or maybe 32s or try to add we'll do 32s, see how it goes. Right. Okay. So 32s. Okay, so definitely happy with that. Um, Pretty equated to the same intensity I did last time. Better form, more control. Definitely feel I've learnt the lesson from last session. Wow. Definitely goes to show with persistence that you can achieve any target as long as you program things correctly. I think I've been quite fortunate. And I totally agree with that notion. Definitely getting to that point of fatigueness. Um, yeah, I think we're not far off from upping the weight again. I think um, one thing I do have up my sleeve is some rubber weights I can add on to the actual handles, which can definitely help get me somewhere near the 35s, which would be nice. I think that's the plan. But I think I'll have a bit of a rest now, and then I might add an extra kilo weight to my dumbbells to see if we can push on a little bit more. Who knows? But what we will do is tidy up some of these weights So, pardon me. So, yeah, appreciate the comment. Just any comments, then please feel free to listen below. Whew. Anyway, hmm. Ah, so what we've got here? Kilo, kilo. So, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a kilo of weight to the bar. So each dumbbell is getting a kilo of extra weight. So this is now 33 and a half. So hopefully we'll get this shifting. I think one thing I'm going to struggle with, it's always at the bottom end, that initial push off, it tends to be the slowest rep. But then I find once I've got that first ugly rep out of the way, things tend to progress quite nicely. Cool. So good morning, everybody. Hope you're all well. What did people think to the England score last night? Did you stay up and watch it? I didn't. I actually fell asleep. Uh, I do tend to prioritize my own personal life over things that I have no direct influence over. So I went to bed. But it was nice to wake up to such a good result. Saw some of the highlights. Looked like a really good game. One thing, did you go to? This is one gym in Bishop Auckland. Um, this is one that's up pretty much on my doorstep. Um, uh, you hear that? That's every now and then it does weird shit like that. It's just has that ever happened to people during the day at one gym? Weird. Anyway, we could do this 33 and a half. Right, here we go. Horrors. Sometimes I'm only bothered about if I can get in position correctly, as long as I attempt to move away is one of the biggest battles. Probably made a lot easier if you have a partner who can guide your arms into position and help you on that first rep. But we don't have a boyfriend and we don't need one. Not far off. Kind of didn't really get the cue right. So we'll try again. Um, Annoying. But sometimes you have to have a failure. So one so yeah, get your comments in below. What are they? I've not been to the one in Chesterfield Street yet. So I've not used the one in I said jumped off. So yeah, I've not used the one in Darlington, which I want to go to. Um, but I haven't had the need to go over to Darlington for a while. But yeah, I've been to a couple of others. But anyway, so at the moment these are 32.5 with an added kilo weight to each one. I've got some incremental weights that I can just slip on. So these are 33.5 kilos. Yes, they are. I mean, one or two gyms probably have a different, maybe a few different machines. May I go to the one in Concert as well? So they've again got a few different varieties of machines, which is always nice to get a go on. Right, and so I'm going to try again. Um, getting there. Ugh, getting there. Better than last time. Ah, just that one side, just that one side. Just, I think that's a bit of fatigueness coming in now. Well, considering I've only been lifting for a year, and that is now 33.5, not too bad, especially at someone my age. Um, it won't be long before we get these. Getting there slowly. So, called progressive overload. So, well, there we go. Um, right, we'll definitely get that next time for sure. So, I think with that being said, Curvy bro, what you doing? Okay, bro, it's okay. It's called progressive overload. Um, again, we've got the rep somewhere near. Obviously, the previous ones when we did 32s went really smoothly. So, trying to improve that change, and by pushing on, trying to challenge yourself is the most important side of weight training. Um, so yeah, I think next time we'll definitely get the 33.5 up, but we can't win every single session. So we'll drop down to uh, Drop down to 25 kilos just for a few reps. So drop me a comment. Feel free to whinge, moan, critique, add advice, whatever you like. I think you're the wrong chap for that, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anyway, let's do the 25s. Oh, definitely fatigue. Yeah, definitely definitely fatigue. So what wasting any energy on them, we're gonna go and do something else. I'm not gonna waste valuable energy on doing something which I'm fatigued on. So um yabby. Right, so okay, so let's do some very light flies. Uh, oh, 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 oh. Wow. So uh, is that what your missus says to you? Got to help repeat what the missus tells you, eh? I take it you're in bed then, pal. I do like a bit of banter, so yeah. Well, your missus doesn't normally complain, to be fair. Woohoo! Wow. Ah, ah. How's the wife? I'm not married. I won't be not interested in being tied down. How's your mum? Whew. Right, here we go. Mm. Oh, yeah. So, any more interesting comments, please feel free to say below. Shattered now, right? Trying to think of what I'm going to do after this. Um, so, uh, so please feel free to drop a comment, drop a like, drop a follow. What we'll do, could do a few more reps. Okay, I'm just looking to expand that chest. Wow. I think we might do one more set. But wow. Whew. We'll do one more set, I think, and then I haven't done anything. God, you sound like your missus. Whew. Right, and so we do 15s. Right. Whew. He says, wow. Wow. Hmm. Okay, so what am I going to do now? Um, oh, yeah. Right. I think we'll do some skull crushers. Right. Okay. I think you're out of your depth. Ah. Well, yeah. Your mum's not quite shallow, is she? Um, okay, we'll check that later on. Thank you for the message. I'll check the inbox later on. Hello from my gym too. Hello. It is a good gym to be fair. I think the blah 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 blah. Another gym I like to try would be the Ultraplex in Durham, which I haven't made any time to go to yet. So, but that looks like a pretty sick gym. So I appreciate the follows, the likes. Most importantly, the thing I like the most is the interaction, the comments. So no disrespect. I do find things a bit. I like the banter side of things. So if I offend somebody, I do apologise in advance. But it's all light-hearted. But what we're going to do now is we're going to uh, do some school crushers. I think that'd be best port of call. So let's go and get some weight. Let's see how this goes. Whew. Ah, I appreciate that. I tried. I tried to be funny. Well, I don't try to be fair. You either got it, you haven't. Right. 20 kilos. We jump on something a bit heavier. So I appreciate the comments. I think that's probably the most important thing. Probably one of the reasons I like doing live streams is that bit of interaction. So appreciate the comments. So please feel free to bitch away in the comment section or any advice or anything you're struggling with or you want to know something. I probably won't have the answer for it, but I can certainly try to be as informative as I can. Um, but wow, absolutely, yes. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another set of school crushers. Um, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do 25s. We'll get the 25s. I'll do some more school crushers. Um, oh, where's 25? 25. So here we go again. So I'm going to smash this one out. That didn't sound too right. Anyway, Right. And then oh, I mean, that's 25 kilos. It's not too bad, is it? Uh, one thing I do like is when I do my bicep, is always just do strict curls. They are going to always build the most muscle mass, and having that control is really important. But couple that with skull crushes, for me, that gives an all over good balance. Uh, so we'll jump on to the 30s and do some more skull crushes, and then try to do some bicep curls with the 30s. Whew, wow, 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 wow. So, um, please feel free to, yeah, it felt easy. But I think the thing it's that type of regression that you get when you start pushing yourself. So, right, let's get another bar. Right, and we'll do. Should have started off heavier, to be fair. Right. So what we'll do is do the 30 kilos skull crushes. Um, one thing I've been doing of late is more skull crushes. I feel that it just hits the tricep in such a way it feels it feels really good. Um, whereas before I was doing overhead extension on a table, and I just felt like it didn't feel as intuitive as doing with the straight bar. So it just, I think sometimes you go through these little cycles where you try different exercises, trying to find which exercise really works well for you. And to be fair, the only tricep exercise I do is overhead stuff or dip. Um, there's not a lot else I do for triceps, and biceps is the same, just split curls. Don't do any hammer curls and stuff like that. Just don't feel that it really engages what I want it to work. And but anyway, still personal choice, like everyone who goes. So yeah, appreciate the comments. The stuff is a follow. Um, just bugging. So the more comments, the better. 30, is it 30 kilos there, food? Right. I know I'm being sort of like, you have to go for it for over. Like, then you start getting down there, like, stop. Um, crazy days, I'm looking on enemy. Feeling a bit tired. See why the gym. Yeah. Don't like staying the bed you see. But no, no payments. Um, you say this, and then we just did. I think it's how yeah. So there's no competition. Not only very relaxed, um, not really people that is right. So here, it's ways and feel more relaxed. Uh, yeah, just I so I'm not that's quiet. Then a lot of them really felt on way on fire. Anyway, gas break. Fine, 35 kilo, which is going to be my last setting for right. It is my last setting for this week. Got some big plans. Well, everything. Um, for tonight, last weekend with from there, days off to the same. Everybody get like, and I want to see how they night. I go back to them is the problem. I do. I do that. We work up 3 or 4 times a week, and I have 2 or 3 days off per week. Some of the that people see the regenerate, and I actually do find out a lot of healthy stuff. In fact, one day I was in my early 30s, and I started on it. I've got it in 7 days a week. I've got it in that really healthy. That's what they go you. That look like inviting now. Yeah. And the way it's and there, I communicate. Well, anyway, I'm gas packing. So, anyway, here we go. 5 kilos. Bicep curls. That's it. So yeah, fair play, mate. Appreciate it from it. It's a lot more than exactly what stuff from the band. People live like it's a mix of 100 kilos, 40 kilos, dumbbell, stuff like that. The main look to I can only take that with dedicated time and efforts to build something 30 well. One very big now. Yeah, so yeah, drop us a message. It is a different. So we you know, um, appreciate yeah, comments. What we're gonna do now is next the right. Come I don't have to move. I mean, don't like it. Just I feel like fancy very one here people be honest with such. Give me a bit of banter. Um, so 233 to unless you leave below. Right, so what am I doing now? So bye bye. I'll see you again on Tuesday Monday morning. See how things go. Maybe do some like still for the weekend, we'll see. But so far we've watched and commented below. Shared the like, whatever. And also those who subscribe or follow the view on YouTube, TikTok, it's always most appreciated. So anyway, I'm going to take a bye and I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye, everybody.